Hello and welcome back to more Danganronpa Trigger. Happy Havoc. Last time we were about to head over with Kyoko to the hidden room, the one we got clubbed in the back of the head in, that had all those books that went missing. How wonderful. Anyways, without further ado, let us ascend up to the boys' bathroom. That's where we're going anyways. I think it was the ones on the first floor. I could be wrong there. Right, I believe it was the second floor. My mistake.
Hey, why?
Hey Makoto, are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go, and to make sure you don't run off, I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful, I thought I'd made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you still standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, I'm going.
So then.
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Alrighty, we shall. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. Okay, but first of all, can we look at any of these papers and stuff on the ground? Nope. That's a big nope. Well, whatever. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of network cables in this drawer. Aha! Found it. This is a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might be able to even connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us, as friends. Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Thank you, Makoto. Oh, that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
Makoto.
How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the, documents were gone. Just like I told you. Our reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Ah, Kyoko.
What?
Yes? So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct?
Whew.
Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you gonna do, or going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However...
But, the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then, what should we do?
So...
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all that we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego.
Correct.
All we can do now is wait, and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways, and I headed back to my room. I'm kinda tired. So I lay down in bed. Huh, yeah, that's what you do when you're tired. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I'd realized. So before long at all... Oh, don't tell me that blow to the head's doing something to us. I had completely dozed off. That would suck having brain damage and like all of a sudden in the middle of a trial just drop. Huh? Someone's here. Ding dong, yes. The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Ugh, who's here? Trying to sleep.
Makoto.
Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me. She was white as a ghost. It sounds like something happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry then. What's wrong, Hina?
Huh?
Makoto! Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door. I hurried and looked inside. And when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. But I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking. I tried calling her name. But she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door is locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said,
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Then why?
It would seem...
Feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words...
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in?
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. Oh, please, no! She's just unconscious. Alright? Oh, please don't say that again. You might jinx it. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. That silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom. In the classroom. Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please, hurry! Okay, you two, stand back. Mighty average Makoto has this. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could. Aiming directly at that window, all it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the window. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair is pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed it on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. The moment I laid my hand on her... Oh, please, no. No. No, 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 no. No. All I felt was cold death. Why? We just hung out with her, too. Oh, no. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... Just why? We still haven't even heard who the person she was trying to beat. The only person stronger than her. I'm really sad now.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Astrologies! Chapter 4!
Huh? Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Tina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on. That's Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura was really dead? Checking for a pulse? Or a reaction? I have to go get them! I have to get the others! On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and I... Why? Why? Did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. Better than mine. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. Seriously, we're in Novasil now. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there, motionless, behind her, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. Well, I stood there, unable to do a thing. Time just passed. And after I don't know how long... I got everyone! Whoa! Ogre!
Yes, yes.
Oh, sure she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what that means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her. It's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What?
What?
Huh. You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. Know it?
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Gee, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the
That's right. It's the next Monokuma file. Don't get mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that
Hold on. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura?
Say what?
What? Huh?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then...
In other words,
Then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end, without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
phew.
Which, thank God for that. Saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she's violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well,
I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one!
What is this?
You owe them one?
Whoopsie, before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first!
shing.
'Cause I mean, your lives are all in line, right?
Bye-bye, demonic poo. What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then, let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina, I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1. But we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
I won't forgive
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say, I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let us all in, just me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway.
And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
Same!
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, wouldn't want to touch a filthy dead body.
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. You have no choice but to just do it. That's right. Search, investigate, and squirm for Monokuma. That's what it feels like anyways. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Monokuma File 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. That door that had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. If the door was blocked from the inside, there was no way in or out till we broke the window. There's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. A locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Well, it just did. Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this type of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. First is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, and through some special method, seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approach includes using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch, and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, The door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with their group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe. But then again, Hina had to go get everybody. The only people that were there were me, her, and Hina. I don't think that would have worked. Anyways,
it's true.
and the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In other
room.
words,
By that I mean there is actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. And you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. Then there were 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seem the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. Alright game, you can tell me that. For Sakura, if nothing else, yeah. Sakura was just a big old sweetheart. She was a gentle giant, as I like to call her. Oh, and I'm really sad to see her go. Alright, so there's a lot to investigate by the look of it. That seems interesting. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. Oh, the protein zyme X or whatever the heck it is. That thing they were flipping out on, how awesome it was.
So,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. It must have been parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. It's a good point. That means it's kind of impossible for the window to fall underneath something. What does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Yeah, probably. Important clue? I'm not sure I see how. I'm not sure I see how yet, but I can see how it could be. Is there anything else? There's plenty of other things. What about this chair? The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. What about the door? This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning, and the door from opening. There's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. So, it's basically showing us it had to be inside here. That sign is actually really awesome. There's a napkin on the floor. This looks like some kind of wrapper. A napkin. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. Thought it might help calm her down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of them in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added. Oh, I just feel worse and worse every time. What's this? There were shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Ooh, and the glass is all red and it's a bottle. Looks like someone got bottled, literally. And these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Damn, my tongue got tied there. But that's what it looks like. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. What? It's a figure? It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. What's that doing there? That's even stranger still. Oh wait, yeah, we're right. We've already looked at that. There's a few other things. It looks like okay, red bottles. Oh, so that's what that bottle was that's broken on the floor. That makes more sense now. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get these figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard chip in a bottle. Right. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Or Monokuma in a bottle, is what I'd like to say. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. A Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma finger are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Yeah, it's probably safe to say that. But I'm a little confused because the Monokuma file said that there was also profuse coughing of blood. Don't tell me someone actually was in here and we didn't see them somehow. Huh? The locker's open. And they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust. So someone must have been in here.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until a locked room was opened, don't you think? During all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility, like I thought. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? And the locker was open. I didn't notice that at first. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. Only other explanation would be that the person who hit her in the head had have hidden there for some reason and popped out and be like, "Hey!" Gong! And just cannonballed her with a bottle. So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Well, it's somebody's. If only we could compare people's handprints to these. That's kind of interesting. Probably gonna be nothing over here. There's a small shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Yeah, yes there is. And there's the blood. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. Must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? That's another good question. Is there really nothing else we can look at? Well, there wasn't a whole lot in here to begin with. There's that awesome slot-looking machine thingy-mabob. I guess we can check the clock and then talk to everybody else. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego?
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was an ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was that killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. So that closed locker, or sorry, the open locker with the handprints, is making more sense now. So they must have hidden there to hit her over the head. And from what we're understanding, that blood might not even be Sakura's at all. Alright, so that's everyone except these two then.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me, go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I'd better go before he crushes my soul completely.
What the heck?
We already know who did it! Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. I couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Mokoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. And when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma files said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. Possible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Togame! You have to talk to me now. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to ask you. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her here in the rec room? So you found out? Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account. Well, we're gonna have to find the other two.
Hey,
So was the ultimate... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We've already read this. I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have had to take her by surprise to get the upper hand on her. We saw her flying around like crazy earlier, so I think it's time to leave. No. Oh, wait, Sakura's body, right. Sakura drew her left and my tongue's like, fuck you. Anyways, Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the back of the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Oh crap, I skipped that. One of these buttons. I should really... Oh, there we go. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance! But Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died.
Listen,
Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so. For the most part.
so then,
And you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I just decided you'll go in my place. She's decided she's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. That's true. I also want to kind of stop by the chem lab. Oh, now it's letting me leave, thank you. May as well do that now or pretty soon. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Or is it gonna auto... Yeah, it's like, go talk to them now. You don't got any other choice. I'm like, oh, yay, thanks, game. No, we don't need to talk to Aoi. She's not even in her room. Right, dead Chihiro. Hey, Toko, is Toko home? I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds...
Who's there?
Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out of into the hallway.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Ah, I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Well, we could probably cross-reference that with Togami, but there's no guarantee he'll give us the truth, because it's Togami. Like, I think Togami doesn't lie, he just likes to withhold the truth to make things more interesting. Sakura, Leon, and Yasahiro. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah. Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something out. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well... When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person. And she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong!
No way! I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually.
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt. And I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me that note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pocket. And when he did, I saw something flutter through the... Still not very smart. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, dude. Just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with her. Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. He said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. The only person he could have gotten that from was Aoi. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro, what next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe we should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? Hey, I was right. That would be a good idea to go check. Really? I don't care. There's more to that candy wrapper than he's letting on, because the only people that would have had candy like that would be either Sakura or Aoi. Anyways, that chem lab is where we need to go next, not here. Chem lab, oh why? Where is this chem lab? Chem lab, where are you? Right, it's on that new floor and I keep going past it. Chem lab, I guess we'll go here, and it looks like Togami's beating us there. Togami, Mr. Moneybags.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you mean to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Oh, shut up. Okay, that's pretty damn interesting, though it won't let me examine it directly. Just that whole cabinet. This isn't my first time seeing this shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like there's 3 shelves that have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
In other words...
That's right. Could have only been around the time of the incident. If that is really what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. I also don't like the idea of him sniffing around a place with dangerous chemicals. Source of the powder has been okay, thank you. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? You may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an... Why are you such an ass? You handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. I meant to say insufferable. I think I didn't say it. But anyways, so I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Still better than my drawing. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me?
See.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly
Makoto?
possible.
Are they yours? No!
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? He wants me dead! But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Okay, good. What about this? Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medications. Or medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit, section A. But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So there's a poisonous chemical bottle on the... I don't like that one bit. So on this shelf is... It looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh? What? Do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
Words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on the shelf. All the letters on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I will have to worry too much about this shelf. I think the bottle we saw was labeled C something. On this shelf is. One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These all look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Yeah, there is. I'm actually going to take another look at that chem bottle. I don't remember exactly, or not chem bottle, the protein bottle. Let's look through there quickly and see if I can determine what number was on it. A2, okay, so it was in the protein section, that's good. Well, okay, there's more here still. I thought I looked at everything. Oh, the middle of it, okay then. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There are also the remains of a broken bottle, C4. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. And it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. And who went to the right side? According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right after the time of the incident. Or right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Probably a good idea. There's still a few things I'm questioning, but it's best to leave them for now and get a little more info. Leave the area? Yes, I'm done with Mr. Moneybags. He's given us some useful information, to say the least. Back to floor 3. And we're back. Let's go on in.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient, someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay, Monokuma bottles it is. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Ah, okay. All the pieces are different.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my consolation isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. The obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I don't really know what this is about, but... what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... guessing that's probably Kyoko. Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you've collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. What do you want to do that? Or why do you want to is the question. That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's
In
balanced,
other words...
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to gather them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? That's a little strange. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words...
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
Hey,
I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all up to you. Or all up on you, sorry. There's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Like me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times left. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I just can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look here. Her shoes. It looks like the same powder we found in the chem lab.
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
Power is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is a wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary, okay. Yeah, we don't think anyone but Kyoko had pulled, or could have pulled that off. I can't believe she was able to learn all that by just looking at the body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Yeah, that's all it was. Just making double sure. I'm gonna make sure to do that from now on if I skip something important. And she said there was one other important thing. I believe she did anyways. I gave that to Sakura, but Yasuhiro had one too for some reason. Oh, the magazine's right. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood, or bold bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That's his Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's a killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. And why would they put it back upside down if it would stand out? And who's the one that wrote it? Doesn't mean Sakura wrote it. Ding dong bing bong.
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Indeed, Monoguma. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at that class trial. No, not whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Alright, that's the end of today's episode. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like and maybe comment on something that happened, and subscribe to my channel if you've yet to do so. I'll see you Meisters and friends next time on Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger. Happy Havoc, dude.